What's good at Zak G, podcaster, rapper, everything. Me and Mike O'Leary got to sit down with the one, the only Rich Vocals.
Welcome to the LOFT podcast. My name is Rich Vocals. As you can see, I have tears in my eyes from laughing.
Rich is a visionary for Upstate New York.
In creating season 3, we realized there's a lot more that needs to be done.
He decided, hey, I'm going to give Upstate New York a voice.
Partnered up with a great guy.
We're gonna go ask some people some questions today. What's the first thing they notice on a girl?
Staying so consistent year in and year out, and unfortunately he's moving down to Orlando, Florida. This was kind of his send-off. He has done so much for the scene, for me, getting me on his podcast.
Today we have a relentless, intelligent, creative, hilarious person in the building. Zak G in the building.
Thank you for having me.
I'm honored, brother.
No, I am. Doing the ciphers.
My skin, I know when you bluffing. Volcano came, I'm erupting.
The lyrical breakdowns.
In the Loft, the Awakening Theory lyrical breakdowns.
This man is one of the hardest workers in all of upstate New York, in the scene and beyond, because he does even more than that. Thank you, Rich. Thank you, the LOFT TV, for everything you've done for the scene. And I know you're going to be doing the same thing in Orlando. Here it is. Here's the conversation. Part 1.
Oh, you know us. You know us. Family is family. You're a part of this family.
I think I am now.
You definitely are.
Yeah, I think I am. I'm really happy to be here. Like, I'm gonna say it again. I think because now it's recording.
Now we're recording. Yes.
I'm really happy to be here.
This is it.
This is a vibe. This is exactly what I thought it'd be.
Thank you, man.
Coming here.
You got to do what you can with your space. I know you've been a master at that.
That's love.
I mean, I came through, took some notes, and I was like, all right, well, let me see if I can do something. I mean, you got the lights though, like these.
But this is a vibe. Right, it's the mood though. Like right when you walk in, if you had a crazy mood before this, or if you were stressed out, it just automatically uplifts you. That's how I feel right now.
Thank you, man.
Maybe it's because of you two too. So I don't know. You guys are dope.
The energy has to be right too. So
most definitely.
But let me say this, man. So 135 total videos.
Wow.
You're halfway through year 4. Season 1, 25 videos. You switch it up. Season 2, star-studded cast. Starts out with Josh Graz, Nazi. You go through the whole entire hip-hop scene.
Yeah.
Season 3, you grow. You guys start doing businesses. You do the running up basketball tournament.
Oh, you did his
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I mean.
We love it.
Come on. You start doing the ciphers, which I happen to be a part of.
Respectfully so.
At some point. Season 4 is right now. You're 20 episodes in.
Yeah.
Lyrical breakdown episodes you're now doing, which, by the way, Zak G's coming out this week, but when this airs, this might.
It's been out already.
Probably already out, yeah. And then, the Better with the Bros videos, kind of bringing it back, the same kind of season 1 flavor.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, man, you've been doing like everything under the sun.
Try to.
And now you're changing course.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of leaving upstate New York. You're basically leaving us.
That's
and
crazy.
You suck. Get out of you know what? You might as well just get out of here at this point. No, I'm just kidding.
But no, I am changing course. I feel as if when you get an opportunity and you feel uneasy about it, but it's good for you, you got to try it out at least. And that's how I feel about this opportunity. I was unsure, but I've always wanted to go to Florida. Like that's always like since I was 5, I've always wanted to go to Florida.
Where?
Orlando. Yeah, I've always wanted to as a kid. I live there. So when I got the opportunity, exactly what I wanted, in my day job, what I do for my day job. Anyways,
nice, man.
Off record, like the day job is off.
I just don't speak about it as much.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair. I'm the same way. That's fair.
So the fact that I got a higher position in a state I really want to live in, and I can grow as a creative down there too. Yeah. Thought it was go time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Balancing the day job. I love talking about this shit.
Yeah, talk to me.
Balancing the day job. Just what's your thoughts on that? Like, I'm a big Larry June guy.
Mm-hmm. I love Larry June.
I just saw a Larry interview where he was saying, he's like, if you're going for something, you got to spend at least 30 minutes a day. That's like if you got the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Like, what's your thoughts on that? Like, how do you balance all the hats that you have having a job?
I see for me, what I do, I find so much passion in what I do that it becomes therapy for me. Like I say, I always preach about how important therapy is. Like you work out your body, you work out everything else, but you never really work on your mental. So the fact that I'm a creative is a therapy for me. So I balance my work, my 9 to 5, it's a must. You gotta supply and demand. So I work out my 9 to 5, and then right after that, I just become creative, and that's therapy. So that's how I balance out my life with everything. So doing everything I do and being like a creative, I just find enjoyment in it. So it never feels like work to me.
You just find the time.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just
you
like
find the time.
right when 5 o'clock hits, Wyatt, Josh, Nazzie's getting a hit up from me to do something because that's now my time to refresh. So that's how I find enjoyment in it.
That's awesome. So you stay busy. I mean, you've
Love to.
dropped like a episode almost like every single week.
Yeah.
And you've taken little breaks off, like,
Yeah.
you know, a couple months here and there to recharge, to replan, reconfigure.
Yeah.
But like, how does that process work? Like, what is your day to day? If you have, like you said, your day job, you have the loft, there's a lot of things going on. Like, how do you find time for everything, including friends and family too?
Ooh. I've never been put on the spot like this. I love this.
You got it. We got to break it down, though.
I love it. I feel as if, how do I find time for things?
Yeah.
I think it just comes with planning. I always preach about planning. Like with you, when we have our phone calls and we talk like an hour straight, it all comes with planning and like taking your time out to see if you really want something, you'll make time for it, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not that easy, but if you really want it, you'll make time for it. So like for like the basketball tournament, I really had the plan to do that. So I planned that out a month in advance and I made time for it. I inserted it into my life that I'm going to get there. I'm going to be there at this time. And it just happened. Family and friends, regardless if you're around me, you're going to become a creative too. So I just insert you into my creative lifestyle.
Fair.
And it's easy for that to happen because naturally you want to be creative too. Like, and if you don't, you're going to find a passion and love for it. So I think I just incorporate a lot of that into my life. Like my family and friends, I like to bounce ideas off of them. They're more, my family's more like strategic. So like that guides me in a lot of my life. Like if I hit my brother up with an idea, it has to make sense.
Right.
Or don't approach him. You know what I'm saying? Any of my brothers. So that helps me a lot with my life. So
let me ask you this then. This is a deep question.
Talk to me.
What have you had to sacrifice then? Like, what is the thing that you've had to, like, maybe you don't have enough time for anymore now because everything is time.
That's
and like
fair.
you said, so some people, right, like, might want to just like, it sounds like your time is for the grind. And I feel like we're alike in this way. We're alike in this way, and we've become only more and more about it as it's the only
fall in love
way.
with the grind,
and it's the only way to really make things happen. But I think it's important for people to understand, like, this takes sacrifice. So, like, what is it that you feel like you had to give up? Maybe.
My best example that I can think of is when people ask me, like, what's my love language? It's words of affirmation and physical touch, right? But when they ask me, what are you good at? We're like giving, it's words of affirmation and acts of service, but quality time, I'm going to suck at that. So that part of it, like that part of, yo, I haven't seen you in days, or you haven't made a call, or you haven't done this. I know I'm bad at that. Like, I'm aware of that, but that's the L, or that's the sacrifice that I'm willing to take. You're going to take a sacrifice in anything you do that you find love in. So that's the part I'm willing to take a sacrifice in. Sometimes it hurts because you don't want the person that's wanting that quality time from you to feel away, but at the end of the day, you feel fulfilled. And sometimes you need to be sacrificed in what you need to be selfish in what you find purpose in. So it sucks, but that's definitely what I take a sacrifice in.
But it's the only way, I think, sometimes to make things move, right?
Yeah.
So, man, it's a tough game.
How about for you? What
do I sacrifice?
Yeah.
Man, are we on your podcast
I
now?
switched it up.
Is this the law?
It's naturally, as an interviewer, I naturally have to.
Nah, man. I mean, I get it, man. I feel like it's a balance. I'm trying to.
Clearly, Zach sacrifices laundry day because he got 2 different socks on.
No, check it out.
That.
Check it out. I don't give a shit. I sacrifice time with my family. You know what I mean? But I don't sacrifice it fully. I feel like it's always a balance. It's always like there's certain times where you have to say no to things. There's certain times where you have to say yes to things because, like, your family is able to like provide you with certain security that some people can't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I feel like, but at the same time, it's like, oh, can you go do this event? Can you do these things? It's like, sometimes I can, but like sometimes I gotta be like, no, I gotta do this artist thing. I gotta go out and do this show.
How does it make you feel? Like, I'll say, before I even ask you, like, this is the loft, but how does it make you feel? Like, for me, when I say I can't do something, it hurts. Mentally, I'm gonna just straight up tell you, like, yeah, I can't do this, right? But I've come to like be so in tune with my emotions, like growing up and being like more mature. I feel bad sometimes, like, damn, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to make that. And it hurts a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it hurts.
No,
it does hurt. It's not like as a creative we don't care. It's like, dang, I'm not gonna be able to make it. Like, I'm sorry, Ma, I'm not gonna be able to make that, but I'm gonna, like, I always have to have like but I can make it up this way. That's how that's how I go about things.
That's it. It's a balance. How about you? Got anything?
I feel like I was at that point where you guys were at, sacrificing things, but I'm just at a different, I feel like the people around me do exactly what you guys do. Like everybody does kind of give up time to be creative. Everybody kind of gets it, at least the close people in my circle. So I feel like I don't sacrifice that much time. If anything, I feel like I'm almost the opposite these days. Like I almost feel like I need to sacrifice more to get shit done that I want to get done.
Okay.
I feel like we've had conversations recently, like boundaries, keeping the boundaries of like, yeah, I just can't like be there for everybody right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try to keep, my main thing lately that I've been noticing about myself is I try to keep everybody happy and it keeps no one happy, myself included.
Respectfully
so I feel like I'm the opposite. Like I need to start re-sacrificing like, yo, I just can't be there today. I can't do that.
So important.
So important.
So important. And if you're loved, boundaries are never seen from the outside looking in. Like people don't see your boundaries. If people want to see you, your boundaries are like non-existent. Like it's just not like, what do you mean you have other things going on? So you have to set your boundaries. I think that's the number one thing that if you're a nice guy, set your boundaries or you're going to be walked all over. And at least for me, that happened to me a lot. I was getting pulled in every which way. And I'm
every rich way.
Look at that. And, and there was a point in time where I had to really like set a boundary for everyone.
Yeah.
And if you respect me and you got love for me, you understand that boundary needs to be set.
Big time.
So
I was just, I mean, I feel like we just had a conversation, man. I mean, for the people who don't understand that boundary, it's like, hey, the door's right there. It's like, yo, I'm trying to do something big with my life. Like and that people that understand the amount of time it takes get it. They're like, okay, nah, like let him cook. Let him cook. That's like the new thing. People say that all the time now, by the way. I love it.
Yeah, it's dope.
But like, you know, just like give me a sec. Like I am working to do something, like especially with an artist. Like a podcast is a little bit different. An artist is like an investment that just like pulls you down because you have to put so much money, time, energy for like, you know, pennies on streams, you know, and it's merchandise. It's like, it's all on you all over. And that's why I've like taken the engineering route. So like, and then I have to make money. It's like, I have to do that. I have to record people. I had to learn that side of things because at the end of the day, the only time the artist thing works is if you're at a certain level. And that takes years.
Respectfully.
It takes years to get to there, whatever. And
that takes patience
patience, focus, social media grind, like trying to get that viral hit, all those things. So, people just like, once you realize like how much time that takes, and same thing with you, man. I mean, like I said in the beginning, the basketball tournament, the ciphers, the lyrical breakdowns, the actual content of the interviews, like you're doing everything under the sun content. It's like, and you're editing it. Like when we did my lyrical breakdown, I got to give you your flowers, man. You set up the camera, set up the audio. You're playing K-Twist and Josh Graz now. Like you had to learn those sides of things and then do it yourself.
Like we were just talking before you even started recording, me and Mike, we were saying how depending on people sucks. So I love Josh. I love Twist, and they will do anything for me like I would do for them. But they have their own business too, their own entity they got going on themselves. So I had to take the back seat a few times as, yo, Rich, I can't do that. And once I hear I can't one time, I'm like, I want to learn what you do. So I never have to ask you again. Not to be mean or nothing or rude or nothing, but I just don't want to have to ask anybody no more. And that's why I learned so many hats, because you can't tell me no more, because I can do it myself.
And I think that we're the same in that regard, man.
Yeah.
All three of us, man.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you this question, right? So I want to take you back. Season 1, Season 2, right?
Jeez, I love this.
Right? So it's a very different look from Season 1 to Season 2.
Yeah.
There was a lot of redefining what the loft looks like.
Definitely.
What was that thought process in your head of like, this is what this looks like now, and this is where I want to go with it, and how was that communicated to everybody, and how did it come to that?
So for Season 1, for folks that don't know too much about the Loft, but if you do, even if you don't, subscribe to the Loft. I'd love that. Season 1 was me and my 4 friends, and we were talking about like up-to-date topics, current topics, and just debate them really, or give our opinion kind of. And it was dope. It was fun. It was literally so much fun, and I got so much fulfillment from that. But Twist went away to college. He got another degree in something musical, of course it's Twist, and something audio. And Twist was like the backbone of everything. He would help me set up. He had helped me edit. He was editing the Loft at that time too. He was doing so much for me. And when he left, and the boat kind of like really got shook. So it was just like, yo, how am I gonna make sure everybody gets there on time? Because you got to make sure 3 other people that host the show get there on time. We're all in accordance on every week, because it's a weekly show. Mm-hmm. So it was super tough. And we're talking about current topics. So like making sure that topic is relevant enough to the topic you drop. It's just so much you have to think about. So then I was like, you know what? Instead of stressing myself out, let me take a back seat, end the season here, and go back to the drawing board. And when I went back to the drawing board, I looked at fulfillment. What makes you feel like you're fulfilling your life? What is your purpose, Rich? And my purpose during that time was when I had people come on the show and I talked about what their purpose was. So my purpose is fulfilling your purpose. And I was like, okay, Rich, now you got something. You got something on the board now.
That's good. That's good.
So then from there, I was like, how can I do this, like we were talking about before, without taking so much of my time, and be super weekly and be consistent? Because consistency catches people's eye. Right? If you post one thing one time, it never comes out again, you never caught my attention. Cool. But if you consistently put it in their face, you might get that view and you might get that subscriber. Right. So I was like, how am I going to do that? I recorded all my episodes in 1 month. All 13, 14 episodes in 1 month. And then I put them out every other week.
So how'd that month look like that? That was a what, 13 episodes?
Yeah, it was like 13,
it?
14, yeah.
And so that's 13, 14 days. Were you doing 2 a day at some points? Were you doing?
I was just doing back to back every day.
That's nuts.
Yeah, every day.
And then the editing process.
You would also like, that also comes with like doing your intense research on the person you're interviewing, because this is like my first time doing such things. So I can't just have them on and just do boring conversation. So I would do my intense research on your business, on your artistry. I'd listen to your music, close the door, blast the lights, and I would feel your music.
Yeah.
And that's what I do for all my artists. Every artist, they always come on saying, yo, bro, you really are a fan of my music. I'm like, yeah, because you came on my show. Like, I find purpose in my show, so I'm not going to just have you up here and have pointless conversation.
Yep.
So there was so much to it.
I love that. So was you said your word, what was your word that you said you had?
Fulfillment?
Fulfillment.
Yeah.
Was your word ever, and this is my word this year, expansion. Did you ever think of that word, or was it ever, because I think of my word of expansion, and like it's very important to like build up the numbers this year for me. So that's why I'm doing just like even going harder with the content, right?
Yeah.
For you, I see like the expansion of season 1 to season 2, and then even season 2 to season 3. Yeah. It's not just artists anymore. Now it's businesses. Now it's all this. Like, how did that? And again, my word being expansion, maybe it wasn't like forefront of your mind, but like it was happening. Yeah. Was it like a conscious thing, or did it just like kind of fall into your lap?
I think expansion might not be the word, but it's similar. The word I actually use, but it's the same thing as you, is growth. Like, I want to show growth every season. Like, I don't want it to be like, oh, he's just doing the same thing. I feel like I'm always battling myself.
Ah, man. Yeah.
So like, every season I wanted to be like, oh, Rich went crazy.
That's New York City. That's New York City.
You guys did y'all thing. So like when I was like season 1, that was cool. But I want when season 2 comes back, people would be like, oh, what is he up to now?
Yeah.
When season 3 comes back, oh, he had these kind of people on now. I can get up there. And season 4, like, oh, he's this consistent. He's not gonna stop like every week. So yeah, I've always wanted to prove myself.
Oh, wow. That's it. That's my guy.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that, what you're saying there, is redefinition.
Yeah.
Because you have to keep on every season, rethink what the loft is.
Yeah.
And repurpose it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's tough to do for a lot of people.
Super tough because it's the one, like it's your music. It's basically, if I'm an artist, right? That's like going back to the drawing board and saying, yo, you're good at this, but now you got to change it all to make people still in tune. And that's rude to yourself.
Right.
Like, I'm amazing at being a singer. Like, what do you mean I got to do it all different now?
So this is a great segue then. You start as an R&B artist.
Respectfully so.
Okay, so how much does that tie into the loft? And for that identity, are you no longer Rich Vocals R&B singer?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Do you ever go back to that, or is it just like I'm the loft 100%?
I still record a twist. It's just like a natural thing. I love music. I was born into music. Wow, that was a loaded question.
And then the other question is, how does it tie in? Like, how does the artist mindset play into then switching your role?
So I think the reason why the loft was created was because I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Because now I understand why you feel so passionate about your music. Amen. So now if I'm sitting there, and I'm also a small business owner as well. So like now I know why you're so passionate about your small business. That's why I love the lane I'm in, because when I was an artist, I feel like nobody understood my music. I feel like nobody understood like what I'm trying to do with I'm trying to go back in the 90s, the 2000s with my R&B. I'm not really doing the current R&B. That's what my role was. So everybody has a different definition of their music. So I was like, that's why I want to give you guys a voice to explain yourself as to what you want your audience to feel and understand. And that's where I got to where I was, where, you know what? Instead of expecting someone to hit me up to tell my voice, create the platform. Do it yourself.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So then is it so you're basically taking what you know as the artist and then looking across from you and you being like, that's me over there. What would I need?
Every time.
That's beautiful, man.
And I like when I interview you, one thing I love about you, Zach, and I always give you your flowers. When we get on the phone, when me and Zak G get on the phone, it's just mad flowers being thrown at each other
I'm
the
like,
whole
dude,
entire time.
That's it though. But like
that's
I
how
love
it
it.
Should be. But one thing I love about you, and I'm gonna say this with so much conviction, your content game is the best around. I don't know anybody that's.
You better believe it.
I don't know anybody that has the same high level energy every time and so much conviction that they're going to make it one day. So just be here for the ride or you're going to miss it. That's how I see you every time you post.
Yeah.
So when I'm interviewing you, I was so excited to talk to you because it's like, yo, bro, like I know this road, like this bump in his road of him coming to the studio and being on this show is going to be part of his journey. That's so fire to me.
Yeah, man.
Like when you blow up and it's like, oh yeah, I was on the Love. What's the Love? Well, check it out. That's my beginning stages. I love that.
Yeah.
I don't want the immediate audience.
Zach literally loves you. I have in my notes, Zak G loves Rich Vocals.
I love that.
I was watching it, but I agree with you like on the Zach points because I'm watching your guys' pod and I told him we were talking about it. I'm like, when I bring up his old music, I'll be like, man, like you could tell back in these days. He's like, nah, dude, I thought I was good.
Yeah.
He's like, I thought I was God's gift to this earth back then. I'm like, no way you thought that. He's like, no, I really did.
Yes.
Like, I really thought I was
like so believed in himself. Like the best example I could give, right, was at the cypher that we did for the Loft that you were a part of. Everybody came with bars trying to either, you know, show their artistry and show their bars, whatever. Zach showed his personality. And it was different. Like it went from I put you in to lighting in 19.
Hey,
I was like, yo, that's Zach. And if you don't know who's, a lot of people hit me up and said that was my favorite one because he made me smile the whole time.
Oh man,
and that's fire.
That's sick, dude.
That's fire.
Man, if I can make people smile, that's why I'm here, man. But that's kind of the thing is, I realize that the music is only such a small part in this day and age.
Talk about it.
you have to build a brand. You have to build a whole different, bigger world, right?
Yeah.
So if we live in a world now where Instagram stories, Instagram content, TikTok content, Be Real, and now there's like TikTok Be Real, like Snap. There's so many ways to get the behind the scenes and the artist, whatever, right?
Exactly.
If you're not solid as a person, if you're not a cool dude, like you can make fire music. Your music could be fire, but people are gonna see through it. If you suck as a person, it just people aren't gonna rock with you.
It's gonna come to the surface. Easy.
It's it, and because you have to be. If you don't have that's going back to the personality thing. It's like, dude, anybody can have fire bars in this. Like, we've gotten to a stage now where it's like people can spit. Like, it's not like it was Eminem just came out and like, whoa. Yeah. It's like. Anybody can, like, dude, anybody can do. It's like, but like, who are you cool? Yeah. Like, are you a solid dude?
Yeah, I love that.
Is dope music enough now? Like, could it be?
No,
okay,
not even close.
So immediately
not even
no.
close. Not even close.
Do you have to have melody to make it?
Yes.
Do you think that will flip back around to where it'll almost be like, this guy has no melody, this is wicked sick?
Yes.
Okay.
It's going to music.
I love that. I love
music. Music always goes like in a revolving circle. So it's going to get to a point where he is not saying nothing. And we did get to a point where we were like,
what's happening?
It was what is it called? The
mumble rap.
The mumble rap.
Yeah.
We're like, what is he saying? And then it came back with those exact rappers are now saying stuff. So it's gonna come back to, okay, this is too melodic. I need to hear what he's saying so I can feel it. The music and the beat, I'm riding, it's cool, but now I need to hear it. So it's going to come back around. But right now, you need to market yourself amazingly, and you need to have melody in your music.
You need to be able to sing, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Not even sing. You just got to be like you just need to...
Have auto-tune.
Yeah, a little auto-tune on it, and you're good.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
But like, for example, Larry June, he does. I'm lying. Larry June does.
Talk about it. Go ahead.
Larry June does.
Well, we talk about Larry. Larry is a master marketer. Larry, if you're watching, I am very passionate about your career.
I love Larry June.
Larry, and like the last like 5 albums he's put out, he's got this one melody.
Yeah.
60 days.
Yes.
30-day run, 30 days. Last album, another day. Every album, it's the same melody.
Yeah.
But he does it so it's almost like, for me as a fan, it's so good because it's like the same thing with like a little change. But every time I hear it again, I'm like, there's my brother. He's doing it again. Yeah. Like, I'm rooted. I want it again.
I love that. That's
He's the first person I noticed that has done that. Like, literally just not switching up a melody.
At all.
Yeah. For like the last 5 years, it pops up once a year.
His Larry June is just, he gives off cool vibes. Like, he's cool in every track he comes on.
There's one track, I forgot what track it is. He literally is like, don't check me, check the air quality.
Like, what?
We're going to keep this ambiguous. What motivates you? What just like, you are low on juice. You're like, I don't feel like working. Like,
okay,
what's the pick me up? Is it, I need to eat? Is it, I need... You know what I mean? I just need to go for a run. Is it I need to sleep? Is it I need to watch this person or just...
Let me piggyback off that a little bit. Are we at the point in society, though, where I feel like I see a lot of people the last couple years, when you're low on juice, it's becoming very okay to be like, I'm low on juice. I need a break.
Yeah.
So what's your thought? Those two things.
Okay, so I'll answer Zach first. 2 things that answer your question. So first thing is, the people that surround me, I can't get unmotivated. Like, imagine me chilling, not wanting to do anything, and then I get a call from Wyatt. Oh yeah, I got 4 gigs I gotta do. I gotta shoot for this basketball team. I also have to record this music artist, and I also have to go on top of the mountain and shoot
bars.
Right? Calling Josh. Oh yeah, I just shot South by Southwest. Oh, talking to K Twist. Oh yo, bro, yeah, I just recorded. I can't say the big artist that he recorded. Yeah. But yeah, I talked to Nazi. Yeah, I just did a full album with Zak G. Oh yeah. Calling Zak G, yo, bro, you killed it in your last episode. Bro, there's no room for...
So the lesson here is surround yourself with the right people. And that's...
Easy.
100%. This is why this is my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, shit. Okay, so then your question, is it okay to just like... do you take breaks? Like, is there breaks?
Do I take breaks? Yes. Do I announce it? No.
Okay.
I don't like to speak like those things into existence. Like I won't say words like, you know how this is like kind of piggybacking off it, but off topic. So like things like, you know, when people are laughing, they'd be like, yo, I'm dead, or I'm weak, I'm crying. I don't say those things.
That's crazy. Words are important,
Words
though.
are super
I love
important.
that.
We love that.
We
So,
love that.
Me saying, yo, I'm
gonna
taking,
take that.
So me saying I'm gonna take a break or whatever, I'm not doing that because I'm not gonna take a break. I mentally am going to. I know I have to. I have the reason to do that, but me announcing it to people for them to understand that I'm gonna take a break, or them to have pity for me, or them to see that no reason to do that. Just I'll return and you'll feel it. Yeah.
One of my biggest pet peeves since the beginning of social media is people getting on a story and being like, yo, I'm off this for 3 months. I just like, don't tell me that you're off this. Because if you get on it within the next 3 months, like,
I don't want to see it.
Like, I'm going to remember that you said I'm off this, and I'm going to hate you forever.
Yeah.
I've seen mad people be like, I'm giving up.
Yeah.
Like, just
I can't. I literally can't stand that. Like when people like, yeah, like I just don't like that. I don't like the post. Don't tell social media, because social media literally doesn't care. If you go to Twitter, and you say you're taking a break, people are gonna be like, oh, from what? They don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? So people do not care, especially if they're in the comfort of their homes and they can scroll and say whatever they want. Don't tell them. Take the break. Do what you need to do. Take care of yourself. You're a priority. But once it's time for you to come back hard. And people will say, yo, you took a break. And be like, yeah, now I'm back and better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One thing, Zach, and you guys touched on it a little bit about marketing, and you were saying about coming back every week and being like, yeah, you posted once.
Yeah.
Goes in one ear, out the other. You got to keep going.
Yeah.
You're very good at that too. One thing he's really taught me, especially, is, damn, I'm forgetting it now. But basically, like, just, yeah, you gotta. Oh, here it is.
We're back.
And we're older, man. I'm getting older, man. But yeah, you're just like not as important as you think you are on social media. You're just not. I am a big culprit of it, being like, I can only post this once because everybody saw it. It's like, yeah, and the people that did see it normally don't care enough about you either to be like, oh, I'm writing him off because I saw this twice. Like,
you know, we had this conversation a while back. I don't know if you remember it, but we were talking about how people to make an action, to have somebody take an action. And I was like, I'm like, Rich, like nobody is like I tell people to go to YouTube, I tell people to whatever, and it's like I'm not seeing the results of the numbers, and I'm going so hard, and you're like, you're speaking to the choir, brother. Like to make people go from here to here. Yeah. That's where the consistency comes in. That's where you have to just keep staying on it. And I've been slowly seeing numbers go up and up and up and up. And it hasn't been like it just care. Even if you're the dopest person ever. Yeah. So
nobody, like you got to also think about it. Like if you're scrolling and you see something cool and they tell you to go somewhere else, you're going to keep scrolling. That's just naturally how it is nowadays, because people don't want to put in the work. But now if you're scrolling and every day you see it. Yeah.
So do you ask people like their social media habits? Like do you try to study other people? I
study everything.
So I do the same thing. So I'll call him and be like, yo, did you see my story? And he might be like, yeah. And I'll be like, well, what'd you see about it? Like I'll ask him to see what his answer will be. Yeah. Because I'm kind of studying to see like, this is the closest man to me that cares probably the most about my career.
Respectfully so.
But there's still times where we're so passive with social media. Yeah. Sometimes we're just like, yeah, I get it. Like I saw 2 seconds, I get it. But like the punchline might have been in like 10 seconds in. And then it makes me have to think like, it's not him, it's me. I have to figure out how to still leverage that attention and bring it back.
I got an amazing example for you.
Yeah.
And this was a moment in time where, this is season 3. I was posting every single day.
Right.
And as your friends are going to support you first, right? So they're liking my post, whatever. Now we're on like week 12. Yep. Now my friends are not liking my stuff no more. So I'm like, geez. I'm like, wait, why y'all not liking my things? Like, y'all supposed to be my ride or die. So
yeah,
like,
right.
So then I'm on the phone with them and they tell me about all their gigs. They got all this going on and I'm loving all their posts. I'm like, in my head, I want to bring up, well, why are you not liking my stuff? Remove yourself. Why aren't they liking your posts? And they got your support more than anybody else. you don't have their attention, you don't have nobody else's attention.
Right.
So there's an audience for everything. And they might just be supporting you because you're your friends. Naturally, your friends are not your audience. That's just
Amen.
That's just a fact. But if they support you and you catch their attention, you're double whamming it. Your audience is exciting, and you're gonna get new audience because that's a different audience to attack. So once I got their leverage of, what do you think I should change? And they was like, oh, you should do this to capture my eye more. Okay. Then that's when for season 2, that's when the small clips would come, and it was like, who's the best in the city? And Nazi was like,
yeah,
no hesitation. He was like, me.
I'll never forget that, bro.
And that's when it was
never.
like 3 seconds, and then after it, that's when the Loft doom came.
Let's start some controversy right now. Who is the best? Give me the top 5 in Upstate right now.
Jeez.
Zach, you go first.
I mean, it's Zak G. Zak G. It's Zak G. It's Mike O'Leary. And that's it, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
Love that.
No, and then Nazi and Levi. I mean, I'm just saying my dogs though. Like,
yeah. me being on a platform that literally has all sorts of artists on it. It's kind of hard because I don't think
you can't.
I don't think certain artists can go against each other. But what do I preference? Is Nazi. Letter to My Ex is probably one of my favorite albums.
It's crazy.
Ever. Like, even if I didn't know who Nazi was, that album is exquisite.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it has all flavors.
Agreed. You don't have to say don't say
Razzle's amazing.
Yeah, Razzle's crazy.
He's an amazing artist.
Razzle's crazy.
Levi's amazing.
Levi's nuts.
Zak G's amazing.
No, don't put me in.
No, you really are. I'm a fan of you. So like,
I appreciate
your music comes up and doesn't.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Fifth is tough. Anthony Cannon's super fire. Anthony Cannon's MBK's fire, but I would say
I love this.
I would say
Marte.
Oh, Marte easily for me. I play Marte on a regular.
Yeah. Steve, what's his name?
Stephen Young.
Stephen Young.
He's amazing.
He's
too.
crazy.
He's upstate. He's from.
There's just so many people though. Like it's so tough because there's so many dope
Big
artists.
Daniels is amazing.
But that's kind of my thing. Is like, dude, it doesn't even matter if you're the dopest artist. It's just a matter of like how consistent you are. Like,
yeah,
dude. I mean, there is no other podcast. I feel like you're the only. Like, who is there? Any? Okay, that's a good question.
There's a lot.
Who's your competition? Is there? I mean, maybe I'm just not in the space.
There's a lot of podcasts. Are they
doing it as much as you are?
Where though?
They're up here. They're in Utica. There's at least 10 podcasts in Utica.
Oh shit.
They're in Syracuse. There's a few too that I know of, and in Buffalo, there's a ton. Buffalo has so many podcasts. But the only thing is with me and them, I do seasons, but my seasons last longer than anybody. So like, I'm not gonna stop because I also pre-record everything. So there's no reason for me to stop when I have my good friend White here to help me edit everything. So like,
yeah. Well, who's on your level of like amount of content edit? Is there anybody even close? Like, are you giving anybody? Like, is anybody or are there people that you still look up to in the upstate?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Podcasting the new rapper.
Ooh, podcasting is yes.
What's more the new rapper, podcasting or DJing?
Podcasting.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay.
Everybody can come out with a podcast. Everybody can wants to be a DJ.
DJing is coming up though.
Everybody wants to be a DJ. True.
Because everybody's like, yo, now you know Serato Stems.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that shit. I might as well not even DJ.
Recycling cell. You don't have to do nothing.
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
And I use it all the time. So shout out to Serato. But but yeah, man, all you got to do is isolate one vocal, do a wild beat, make a 30-second clip, might go on TikTok. I see it every day. But
DJing and it's two different worlds.
So different.
But podcasting is it's a growing. Everybody can. Oh, bro, I have great conversations with my friends. We need a mic and a camera. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that is the new. You're right. It is a new rapper because the conversation before that used to be playing beats in the car, smoke session.
Yo, we rap fire.
Like, we kind of could do this.
We all like, well, hold on. We type nice. Hold on. Yeah.
So now it has become get the mic, not to rap.
Because we have the fire conversation. Our conversations be so deep, bro. get the mic and the camera, put your iPhone.
Yeah.
Okay, that was one time. We never gonna drop another one.
But there's also something to be said about you could have a dope fire conversation. You put the camera on, and now
stiff.
Oh, shoot.
Stiff.
Felt it.
Stiff.
I mean, I felt it, but like I'm a natural.
I love it.
I mean, speak for yourself.
Yo, Zach has played me some bars of his at first, and I'm like, this shit sucks. I'm like, you knew you like had to. He's like, nah, bro. I really was like, they're not ready for me. Yo,
Dude, that was my line. Yo, my line. Okay, so I was in like 2015, right?
Yeah.
Dropped my first mixtape, The All Nighter. You know, I'm like releasing. I'm like, this is gonna go viral. I don't know anything about anything. I put it on SoundCloud, whatever. Nothing happens, and like I'm looking for just like everybody to be like, you know, I don't know, maybe a label call me. I don't know what I'm looking for, but for some reason, I'm like in my basement. I'm like right out there, and I'm like, just not ready for Zak G, man. You're just not ready. And I legit thought that for sure, like back then.
You said it too. Let me know that.
I meant it. I meant it.
It's
and
the confidence.
And you listen back to it, and I'm like, bro, what was wrong with me? But like, it's just that supreme confidence. It's like even, you know, Lucid Dreams to Awakening Theory to now, and the singles that I'm dropping, and they just get better and better and better because of that supreme confidence. It's just like, I know if I stick to this long enough, I'm just gonna get better and better and better.
And that's why I rebuttal with
when
artists tell me they're the best artist. Oh, you can't touch me. I need to hear that from you, or I really can't like listen to your music fully.
Right.
Like when Nazzy tells me I'm the best artist, like no, he never hesitates. Like ever.
Yeah, right.
I'm not even like that familiar with Nazzy's music, but I do know he walks around with that chest out.
He does.
I'm like, yo, Nazzy, who do you think's the best artist now? He's like, bro, easily me. Like what?
Why do you think I got him on Get My Photo?
Love that.
It was just
he went crazy. I mean, it was an amazing feature.
I love that song. I use it for the sponsorship we got from Slice. Shout out Slice. Amazing pizza spot in Utica.
Was that the one you used my song on?
I used that was. I used that song.
You're doing the sponsors, and that's another thing, dude. I didn't even mention the sponsors, but
yeah,
keep saying what you're saying.
But I'm just like,
didn't mean to interrupt you.
Once you have so much confidence, I really like want to listen to your music because I love confidence. Like confidence meeting confidence. Like, yo, bro, you're dope. I want to be as confident as you. Like, you motivate me to be more confident.
Well, confidence equals belief.
Yes.
Like, and if you're not confident, you don't truly believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, who will?
Like, I love. Right? There's some humble artists that's saying, yo, I don't got to say that I'm the best artist. But when I'm talking to them, they're just like, bro, nobody's doing it like me. But they're not saying they're the best. But I'm like,
yeah, they're thinking it though. But you can feel the energy, and you can feel the.
And that's why I'm playing you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's touching my lane. I'm like, I rock with you, my boy. Yeah. That's fine.
You gotta step with that.
Yeah.
Let me shift gears here. So you're right. You're moving. You're going out to Orlando, Florida. What has Upstate brought you? What does Upstate mean to you? Is there anything? If you got to give Upstate its flowers, right? Like, or not? Like what? Maybe it sucks. Like what is your thoughts like on Upstate and like what you're gonna be missing here, whether good or bad?
I'm gonna miss Upstate so much.
Yeah,
I get like emotional thinking about it because I found myself up here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I discovered who I am as a person, not just as a creator, not just as anything. I found who I am up here. So, Upstate is a gem that once it's discovered, whoever makes it be discovered is going to be a trillionaire because there's so much artistry, there's so much talent, there's everything up here, but it's just overlooked and underrated. So like to me, Upstate is like home. Upstate is my baby, bro.
Yeah.
Like I really have love for so many people out here because regardless is that they're not in the main city, but they still go hard as hell every time. Yeah. That just shows like, yo, bro, I'm not giving up regardless of where my location is. And that's beautiful. That's beauty. I love Upstate.
Yeah, you got to work harder up here.
Yes.
So, and you're originally from downstate. You're originally from what part of the city?
Middletown.
You're from Middletown.
Yeah.
So right in Manhattan?
No, Middletown, New York. So like that's a little outside the city.
Okay, but like right above, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a different upbringing compared to Upstate, right?
Oh yeah, over here compared to
Oh, it's different.
Yeah. So you can get more access to do things down there. Like you can just drive like 40 minutes and you're more closer to the city and you can like be on hot night. You can do a lot more down there compared to Utica. What can you do Syracuse, what can you do to get it in front of everybody?
Yeah. And just to give people context, like when did you come upstate?
When I went to college out here. I went to Utica College, now called Utica University.
Yeah.
And I just went crazy up there. I just took over everything. Everything I could put my hands on. Not even just parties, like being part of boards, being part of every org, being part of every event. I hosted it. I put my face in front of everything that literally people would come up to me like, are you hosting this event? I'm like, nah. They're like, okay, I'm not going. Because it's not like an official event. I'm like, that's dope. But like, go. Like, don't do that. Just go. But like, I just wanted my college experience to be everything it was. So I did it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect someone to make it good for me. I did it for myself.
Love that.
Yeah.
So what do you hope people are going to say about you in the upstate scene? Like, what is the impact you're hoping that is left here when you leave? And what do you think you left?
Dang.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I just...
Welcome to the Loft. That was a tough question.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
That was real tough.
Yeah. What do you hope that this lasts?
It doesn't matter what your answer is because Zak G gonna hold you down. I'll tell you that much.
I love that.
That's right, baby.
I hope, you know what I'm saying, people are gonna say, yo, Rich had love for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And he was very unbiased. A lot of people think I'm biased, but I'm like, I try not to be biased in everything I do. I try to give a platform for everybody that's really working, that's really grinding, and it's consistent. I also hope that they say, yo, he was really a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? I love that compliment. Like, yo, Rich, you're really as nice as you are on camera. Like, you're really that nice. I'm like, yes.
He really is that nice.
I'm like, yes, I love to be nice. I love to be a good guy, and I like to be that person that people look to for advice, like to call me up. Like, yo, Rich, I'm going through this contract. I need your advice. What do you think about this? Should I dodge you, my boy? You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope that's what I left behind. And if I didn't, I'm sorry for whoever thinks differently. But I know as a person, that's my goal, and that's what I tried to leave behind. So, yeah.
Well, you left it. You left a seed in my heart.
Love that.
Let's put it that way. I mean, I'm going to give you your flowers, man. I am not going as hard without rich vocals.
You think so?
100%. And I know it's a whole different lane, like the podcast, rapper, R&B singer, different genre, like all those things. But like just the amount of motivation and drive and consistency, there's in my world, and you said there's a lot of different podcasters out there, at least from what I've seen, which is limited view.
Yeah.
I don't see people going after it like you do. I do not, especially in upstate, and even in others. I feel like that's even limiting you.
That's love.
Because I see New York City, we went down there, and I'm like, dude, there's still, like, I look at these guys' content, I look at whatever, you know, I study just as you study.
We got to.
But I feel like I've just learned watching you.
That's,
you know,
that's so wholesome.
And I've stayed on. Like, I've always been watching you do from here to here.
Yeah.
I wasn't tuned in season 1, but like literally episode 1 with Josh Graz of season 2.
Yeah.
That's when we started tapping in, and obviously Utica v Syracuse is when we met.
Yeah.
But man, it's crazy to watch your growth, and you stick with it. I'm like, this guy's sticking with it. And he interviewed this guy Nazi, and he says he's the hardest working artist. I'm like, I want to be able to say that.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And
a lot of people hit me up. Like, my DMs are full of like, people DM you. I always get a lot of the Loft always gets a lot of DMs when you come on the Loft. You, Nazi does too, and somebody else is reoccurring that comes on a lot. People always hit me up like, yo, bro, they literally say this, like, my DMs literally say, I need to put in more work because I need to get up there just like this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's dope to me. Like, seeing people motivated from other people and not too prideful to say it, that's so fire.
And I was at that point at, like, you know, I feel like I've just hit my stride, right? Like, I still feel like you, Nazi, are just like, I'm still trying to reach certain levels.
And I feel the same way about you, though.
Which is crazy, man. It's crazy. Seriously,
I feel the
though.
same way about you, bro. Your content is so consistent.
Yeah.
And, bro, Zak G, right? There's a cheat code in CapCut that you can literally put words on top of your, like, just put the video in and press start, and it'll generate all the lyrics to that video.
This is what you do?
No, he doesn't.
You make it seem like you type all that shit out.
He doesn't.
about to get to it.
Oh,
I was trying to tell. I'm like, yo, I'm like, Zach,
This is a combo.
you literally. I'm like, yo, bro, you be using the cap cut too? He's just like, nah. What about it? I'm like, bro, you sit there and put all of your lyrics on one. You know how long that takes, my boy?
Bro, I've gotten like this, and it does take long, and my fingers are sweating.
It takes me a solid 10 minutes to do everything. It'll take you at least 30, 40 minutes.
I was going to say
one video.
30. 30 is a great. Takes 30 at
insane.
this point. But like, it's another 20 minutes. But it's just like,
and you don't do the long text form. Like I do like a few words on a video. You do one word per second.
I'm obsessive.
But that's the number
I
one.
got a problem.
Yeah, the number one trending thing.
Stu has a problem. Stu had a mental breakdown the other day over
Really?
like dumb stuff.
But
over wicked dumb stuff.
I'm
number
obsessive.
one trending thing to catch a viewer right now is the one word, colored
Yes.
word.
Yep.
So if you have a yellow, I'm watching it. You're watching it because you want to see what the next word is, and you want to see how. And then you're looking to see if the word matches the mouth, and now you're seeing what the content is. And there's so much that's going on that the fact that you do it is beautiful.
Thank you, man. But nah, I just thank you for giving me my flowers, but I'm here to give you your flowers. So stop it.
Okay. So stop it.
Dude, thank you. Thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give you the proper send-off because of how much you've done, inspiring me, inspiring all of upstate New York, man.
Love that.
Thank you for coming here, and thank you for chopping it up with the homies. Because you're a homie. You're not just,
Love that.
Double texting.
Let's get into it.